to stay.
Hello and welcome back to Beyond Boards, a podcast dedicated to the actions and interests of skaters beyond skateboarding. My guest today, Gabriel Summers, grew up in Penguin, Tasmania, where he started skating at the age of 12. After graduating from culinary school, Gabriel moved to Melbourne, Australia at the age of 19. In the following years, his career slowly but surely took off, and he's basically been traveling and skating all around the world for the last 15 years. He is well known and celebrated in the skateboarding industry for his gnarliness and relentlessness, particularly when it comes to skating handrails. After getting piss drunk boards for a little while, he got on the Zero team, and since 2025 he embarked on a new chapter in his skate career by joining his friend and Adidas teammate Blondey on his board brand Thames. So here's my conversation with Gabriel. I hope you'll enjoy it.
Let's start with this very first one. Let's see. So this one is in two parts. I'll play you part one right now.
Okay.
Sometimes these guys said their names, sometimes they don't. So if they don't, you'll try to guess who it is.
Yeah. Cool.
Hello, dear Gabriel. I have two questions. Firstly, is it true that Penguin and Bernie had their names swapped and there's actually penguins in Bernie but no penguins in Penguin?
Wait, who is that?
That's Morgan Campbell.
Oh, shit! Fuck. That's so sick. Yeah, fuck, Australian legend. I was trying to work it out.
Yeah, it's not easy with my system. Like, the voice must come a little distorted through the mic and stuff.
Oh, no, it makes sense now that you said Morgan Campbell. I was like, kind of like, yeah. He was one of the first pro skateboarders I ever saw in real life in Tasmania. He's a dear friend. I love that guy. He's the best.
Sweet.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
And I don't think, I'm sure Bernie has penguins for sure, but we really embrace the name, as you can tell by the out there when you see a big penguin statue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right.
So they're very into the penguins. So no, that's not true. And Bernie's kind of like, no offense to Bernie, but it is like, it's kind of like a mill town. It's kind of like a pretty big, it's not very nice.
Much less nice than Penguin.
Yeah. I would like to say no offense, but like it is a pretty ghastly place, honestly. But no, that's not true.
All right, I'll play you part two from Morgan.
Secondly, you're not exactly known for having a lot of fear. I'm just wondering if you've ever been in on a session watching someone try something that you thought was too scary to try. If so, what was it and who was the gnarly bastard?
Okay, there's one that comes to mind.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a couple. There is a couple. And I would also say too, I do have a lot of fear. I'd actually say I'm actually kind of a bit of a wimp. If you actually know me. When it comes to skating, I just kind of force myself to do things. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily fearless or anything like that. I'm quite, I just kind of do the risk assessment and everything like that. But I would say like, there's one that comes to mind, straight to mind. It was Jack O'Grady.
Oh yeah.
He did it. He 50-50'd this kink trail. It's in his pro part, and it's at Martin Place. It's a double set that Chima ollied. I'm sure you guys would remember it. If you watch his part, it's like there's a death drop on one side, and it's like it goes into like a stairwell, and there's like all these sharp stairs, and the rail. It's like kind of a steep kink, and the rail is like scrounged, like it's not like round. You can't really lock into it. And I remember when he was claiming it, I was kind of just like, fuck, I like Squish. I don't want him to die. Like, this is like, I just remember like I was there when he did it, and it was quite tense to me. And I didn't know, and this was quite early on when Squish was getting really gnarly, and I didn't know whether he knew what he was doing or he was just getting ahead of himself.
Okay. And
I was just a little bit scared for him. And I didn't want to tell him that because I wouldn't want people to tell me that.
Sure.
But I was pretty nervous watching him do that. And he did sack it and almost go over once. And then he just did it. He just did it the next try.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he did it fairly quick then?
Yeah, he's a savage.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. And like, I think that might have been the turning point when I was just like, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You don't need to be, probably don't need to be that scared.
I mean, there's always a freak accidents that can happen, and
yeah, exactly. It was just kind of like a little bit like, fuck, is this what people think when they watch me?
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I would like to think when you're skating that sort of stuff, you kind of do the risk assessment and kind of know what you're doing.
Sure.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's other stuff too that I've been around where I've been scared. But nothing off the top of my head. I think that's like that. That's the most. That's
Impressive.
the one that I was just like, holy shit. It was impressive for sure, but it was more just like, fuck, like, I don't want to like see this if it goes wrong. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But he did it. He knows what he's doing. He's Squish. He is the best.
Yeah, he's incredible. He did that. I don't remember where that came out, but he did that cricket grind at this spot here in Paris called Gare de Lyon. It's like train station. You know what I'm talking about?
He also back 50. He was the first one to skate.
Yeah,
he was the first one to skate it like a hubba. He opened the doors for that shit.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I walk by there sometimes, and I can't believe he did that. It's fucking
My friend Henry from Bristol, he lives in Paris. He actually almost crooked it as well back in the day. But Squish opened the doors to that spot, and he fucking did the crooks too. It was so cool.
Yeah, incredible.
Love his skating.
Yeah,
love
for
him.
Sure.
Good kid. But yeah, he definitely scared me.
Okay, let's do this one from Jason Morey.
Oh yeah, Jason Morey. Yeah, he's from
photographer from Tasmania, right? Yeah.
He shot a Thrasher cover.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he shot Nuggets, Shane O'Neill's switch flip back nose blunt in China.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
So let's see. Ask him about his time as a chef. He's from a town in Tasmania called Penguin, and he worked in the kitchen at the Neptune Hotel. For a little while, his nickname was Alien, as he worked at the Neptune. I think maybe now that his thumbs are so fried and broken, he'd have a rough time getting back on the grill there, haha. Any questions about the contrast of quiet life in Penguin versus anywhere he's traveled might be interesting. He's done so much travel now and always heads back home to spend time with his parents. He's always been a super determined and gnarly skater. I kind of can't believe he's been able to up himself part after part. Stoked for him.
Yeah, I grew up like Jason Morey. He kind of grew up in the town over from me in Devonport, and I've known him since he was fucking a child. Like when we were both children. We kind of like grew up shooting photos together, and yeah, we shot like a bunch of stuff back in the day. He's a good person. He's got he's got kids now. He's fucking living the good life. I would say, I mean, yeah, being a chef, like I loved it. I mean, I kind of compare it. I say this a lot. I compare it to like skating, like the kind of skating that I do. It's kind of high intensity. And yeah, I really enjoyed being a chef. I had passion for it, which is nice to know that I can have passion for something else, you know, and nice because I feel like that's, you know, that is hard for skateboarders that, you know, dedicate their whole life to it. It's hard for them to like kind of find passion in other stuff. It's nice to know it's possible, even though I can't really do it right now. I did go back and help my friend work. I did go back and help my friend at a Mexican restaurant that he opened for a little bit. And I had fucked up thumbs then, and I was fine. I did it. I got to do it. So, yeah, I think I could still do it. I still loved it. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved being a chef.
How long were you doing that for? Was that just a short amount of time before you, like skating became your full-time job, or? No,
I mean, I did my apprenticeship, so I did my trade with it. So I started when I was just out of high school, and I did my apprenticeship, which means studying for like 3 years and like working at the same time. I think I did it for 4 years in total, and then I kind of just moved to what Tasmanians call the mainland, and then just started taking skateboarding a little bit more serious. But I was working for like ever. Like I worked a bunch of different other jobs. Like I worked in warehouses. I worked in like retail. I worked being a chef again. Like I did like a bunch of jobs. I haven't like really made a living from skateboarding like since like the last 2 years, I would say. Like. Oh really? Okay, I thought it had been a bit longer than that. Okay. It's like kind of new. It's kind of new to me making a living from skating. So I mean that's cool. It's a rare thing nowadays. I assume, right? Like I mean it's nice because like I'm thankful for it, and I know that you know, I'm not really that scared of it ending when it does, you know. I know when the
you know, you can fall back on your
eventually. Feet. Exactly. And like, I mean, I'm just going to look back on the times that I did get to make a living from skating and enjoy it, you know.
For sure.
And like enjoy the memories of it. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have that feeling of, you know, working a job.
Is it something you think you'll do again in the future? Like after you retire from pro skating in some years from now? Like do you see yourself opening a restaurant?
For sure.
Yeah,
I would love to do that. I mean, like I'm definitely trying to save money to start. I know starting a restaurant's pretty hard, and I don't really have the business savvy side of it down. But I'd be down to like start something with someone that knows what they're doing, or, you know, buy into something. Because, you know, that's the dream, to be able to work for yourself and put as much effort. Because that's another thing with being a chef. Like you have to put a lot of effort into it. And it's like quite grueling. Yeah. It'd be nice to do that where, you know, it's your own thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I could definitely see myself doing that for sure, which would be fun.
And Jason said you were nicknamed Alien. Do you remember? Where was that? Yeah.
I think it was just more of a, like, just them giving me shit for being a freak, I guess. Just looking like a freak and acting like a freak. I don't know. But that was pretty much the whole joke. Yeah, it's pretty funny looking back on it. I used to kind of hate the nickname, but then I kind of embraced it. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then as soon as I embraced it, I stopped getting called it, as per usual. Yeah. Usually that's how it works, you know. As soon as it's not fun anymore to give people shit about it, it's like, it just ends.
Yeah, exactly. I think I read somewhere in an interview that you gave not too long ago that you were considering moving to Europe, maybe Copenhagen or something. I know that you enjoy Copenhagen very much. And I'm just thinking of that because I know Copenhagen has a very, very strong and thriving like food scene, you know, like there's a bunch of incredible restaurants out there. So
I don't know, like I would be interested to learn, but I mean, when I say I studied it as a chef, like I would say the kind of chefing that I learned how to do is more to do with like the time management and like how to get a meal done quickly. It wasn't more like the culinary side of it, like learning how to cook, like fancy stuff as such. You know what I mean? It's more just like following the recipes that, you know, someone that is culinarily like trained like that to do. Like I'd be down to learn, but there's still so much to learn with that sort of stuff. So yeah. I don't know if I would be interested in like doing that side of it. I think it's it's also just pretty cutthroat. I think you'd have to fucking start pretty young and stuff like that. Yeah. So it'd be more like something a little bit simple.
Okay, I see.
Simpler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, much respect to all of that. I do love, my ex-girlfriend used to be a food critic. So I used to go to a lot of fancy restaurants, and I do enjoy that type of cooking. And much respect to all those people that can do that. But it's quite intense, you know.
For sure, yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, and it's something that I'm not a chef, but I used to work in wine before, and
I'm sure it'd be a lot like that.
Yeah, it's like very consuming, you know, like a lot of your energy goes into it. So, and I assume that, as you said, like being a chef, it's a lot of hours, it's a lot of physical effort. It's so you have to be super passionate about it. Otherwise, it's like you won't have enough juice to keep it going, you know?
Exactly. Like even the thought of putting myself out there to do something like that right now is just not even a thing that I can even think about, because you have to be already thinking about
committed.
Yeah, very committed. And I just don't think, you know, that's for me.
Yeah, at least not right now. Like, yeah, maybe
no, at least not right now. Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm. Who knows? What was the other question? How do I compare?
Yeah, the contrast of life, quiet life in Penguin versus anywhere you've traveled.
I mean, it's extremely different. I think me growing up in such a small town, like I pretty much grew up in a town of like 2,000 people. So it's like, I mean, I think it makes me appreciate being in like a big metropolitan area, like, you know, like going to China or like going to Japan or going to London, going to New York, like going to anywhere like that. I think it's, you know, it's quite, I still feel like a kid, you know, going to those sort of places, you know, going to new places. And I think that's just because I wasn't really subjected to a lot of people and a lot of that sort of stuff when I was a kid. So it is still really exciting for me to travel. And I think that's why I've always traveled a lot throughout my career. I think that's why I've always kept it kind of moving, and that's why I've kind of lived that life where it's just like, you know, going like on to the next and always being down to go on trips and always being down to go to new places, because that does excite me, you know, because I didn't really grow up with that. I grew up in on a farm pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's still really interesting to me and like fun. But it is nice to go, like I still love, you know, the quiet life of being in Tasmania, and I could definitely go back to it. I got like a bit of a use by date when I go back there, you know. I get a little bit antsy and bored. Yeah, but it is nice to always go back and see my family and like, you know, just relax for a bit.
For sure. We'll talk about traveling, obviously, and some people have asked about some specific trips and stuff, but I just mentioned Copenhagen. That I think that's somewhere that you've enjoyed going to a lot in the last few years. Is there any other place that comes to mind as like kind of favorite places you've traveled to?
I mean, I love Copenhagen. I'm a little bit burnt out on it at the moment. I went there quite a bit just because I was filming that part with Tao. And
right, yes.
I tried this trick for like 2 months, like just back to back, like every second day.
The drop-in, the first trick?
No, this back tail. I posted on my Instagram, but it was like like a long back tail into a pit.
Yes, I remember.
And just for whatever reason, I just couldn't roll away. And it kind of ruined my whole year, honestly. Like, I just tried it for like 2 months pretty much, and like just did everything but land it. And I went back recently for Copenhagen Pro, and I just like had PTSD. I was just like, dude, I can't even like relax here because the spot's gone now, because it was just a temporary spot, so I can't even land it. And I don't really like leaving unfinished business, so I was just like, at the end of I mean, maybe it was the partying for 3 days, but I just remember like at the last day that I was there, I was just like, fuck, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm getting anxiety from even being here.
I'm
just getting too many bad memories, but it'll come back. I still love Copenhagen. I still love all my friends there and everything, but it was just, I need a little bit more time. I need a little bit more time to not be there. But other places, I love New York.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm.
I love New York. I love my friends there. I've got a good friendship group there. My girlfriend, who I'm currently with, she lives in New York. So it's kind of like, you know, I love that place. It's just, I've been there like quite a bit, so I kind of know how to get around, and like I have a good friendship group there. Like, I don't know, I just like skating there. It's just cool. Like, it's just my favorite place, I would say. Also too, I like London as well. I like, SF's cool too. I've been enjoying being in SF, but yeah, I mean, I think it's more the people, and like the people that are around rather than the place, you know. Like, the place can be the best place ever, but if I don't have like good friends around or like people that I enjoy being around, like,
there's no point.
You ain't really got shit if you don't have that, you know. You can be bored anywhere.
For sure. You
know.
No, absolutely.
I love Paris too. Like, yeah, there's so many places. I would say anywhere that I have Montreal. Like, I'd say anywhere I have a good friendship group there, like, I'm happy. You know. Like, if there's people that I can laugh with, and like I don't have to be awkward around and like uncomfortable, I'm happy.
And I'm just curious about this because like I haven't traveled nearly as much as you have, but I remember I spent 1 year when I was like 23 or 4 or something. I was doing this master's degree in wine and traveling a bunch, visiting wineries all over the world. And that was amazing, but it was also very grueling. I remember at the time I was, you know, with a suitcase with a bunch of people, and it was like the best year of my life, but at the same time I was homesick the whole time. I was, you know, kind of over eating at restaurants and never sleeping in my own bed, you know. Like, I think it's just a mindset. Like, I'm not a good traveler. I think I thrive being at home in a certain routine, but how do you like being on the road all the time, and like how do you enjoy that lifestyle, or are you kind of like that as well?
I do enjoy it, but I think it is like what you're saying, it is quite taxing. I think it's quite taxing too when you get older. Like, I'm in my 30s now, and I want to have like a routine. And you can't have a routine when you're on trips like this. Like, for instance, like I think probably like 2 years ago, I had a pretty good setup where I, you know, had a house, lived in a certain place, and I would like, you know, go to the gym, like have a good, healthy lifestyle. But I think now that's kind of gone. Like I would have my own skate park, I would have like a local skate park that I was, feeling good skateboarding all the time, because I would be there and I would have like days where I wouldn't go and try tricks. But I feel like because I'm always constantly traveling, like I can't. Like you can go to the gym, but you're kind of you're jeopardizing being able to try a trick that day because you're going to be sore in different ways.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so hard to get into a proper routine. And then you've got, for instance, like Adidas is paying for my hotel here. So it's like, it's hard to really justify having a full day off skating or like thinking about trying a trick because you want to go to the gym and be healthy, even though it's probably going to pay off in the long run. But it's just like you're kind of wasting a day, or like, going to skate park for a day and actually getting comfortable skating. You would rather just go and try a trick, which doesn't really, I don't know. That side of it kills me. I hate it. I really hate the fact of not having, I really hate not having like a routine where I can just kind of chill and go to the gym, go to a local skate park and just skate and have fun with friends instead of just being out on a mission. But I have kind of got it a little bit more down now. Like I spend a lot of time in New York, which I can get a routine there because I'm not really on a trip and I'm staying with my girlfriend. So I can get a routine going.
You can have
where I can go and just skate. Yeah, a bit of normality. And then like when I'm in Sydney, like for instance, after this I go back to Sydney and I stay at my friend Billy's house and I can get some normalities there. Or when I'm staying at the Thames like office at Blondey's, like I just try to or Will Marshall's, like when I'm in Montreal, like I can kind of spread it out to where I'm like can get some sort of a routine at some point. But then when there's trips like this, it's just not possible. But I need to I need to work out what the hell I'm doing where I'm living, but it just hasn't happened yet. I'm just so all over the place. I need to work it out this year.
Yeah, you'll get there.
But it'll happen. I mean, it's still, it's fine. You can't complain. I get to travel. I get to see a bunch of people.
No, of course I'm sure it's amazing and you're very grateful for it. But as you said, it must be taxing and
it is taxing, and it's also taxing like not having, like for instance, like I'll go to countries and I'll be looking at trinkets and stuff where I'm like, fuck, I wish I had a house so I could put this. You know what I mean? Like I wish I could buy something right now, but it's just like I can't even have my favorite fucking clothes in my suitcase, let alone a fucking trinket from Hong Kong or something. Like, I'm just pretty much,
on the road.
Yeah, but that'll change. That'll change.
And once you'll settle into a house and a routine and a comfortable life, then you'll miss the road and being on trips.
Exactly. And that's another thing too. I just got to remember, like, these are the times I'm always going to look back on and remember. So I'm just trying to be as grateful as possible.
All right. I have a question from your mom, Lisa.
How'd you get a hold of her?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, that's funny. She's as boomer as they get.
I had some help. She told me about a story that you can maybe comment on, basically.
Yeah.
So she said, the best was the time he decided to practice golf in one of our paddocks. Later in the day, I went out to water my extensive veggie garden, and to my horror, he had decided to use all my growing pumpkins, a bit larger than a golf ball at this stage. I reckon there were about 20. I remember chasing him around and swearing at him. He thought it was fun watching me trying to catch him. I was so pissed off. That's it.
Yeah, I was called Smashing Pumpkins after that for a while. I don't know. I think every kid has it when you're 11, 12. You just want to destroy shit.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck it. I was into golf. I got golf clubs. I mean, they shouldn't have got me golf clubs for Christmas. I'm blaming it on them. Nah, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't think her fucking pumpkins that she worked day and night trying to grow would be that important to her. It was for some fucking reason. But yeah, that must have been really fucking annoying. Sorry, Mom. We're all good. We buried the hatchet.
Yeah. Water under the bridge.
Water under the bridge now. We still laugh about it to this day. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was grounded for a while after that. Rightfully so. It would have fucking grounded me too.
That's funny.
Yeah, don't buy 12-year-olds fucking golf clubs.
Yeah, and set them free in the
Play
garden.
Play silly games, get silly prizes, and those silly prizes might be no pumpkins.
All right, let's see. I have this one from Tom Snape.
Oh, yeah. Snapey.
He said there's one he told me about running from a brown snake in the farm he grew up on while his parents watched from the kitchen window laughing. Does that ring a bell? Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I don't think I've ever jumped over a fence so fast in my life. So I used to have a horse, and I was like, the horse was in the paddock, and I went up to I went up to catch it. I can't remember. Maybe I was just saying hello or something. We used to have, I don't know, just going up, patting it, saying hello, and I was just like, my horse's name was Homie, and he was just acting really weird, like really still, and I was like, what's up with you? And then I looked down, and there's a fucking brown snake. It might have been a tiger snake. I don't even know. I don't even know if we have fucking brown snakes. Maybe it was a tiger snake. I can't remember. But anyway, very venomous snake. And it was right between its legs, like really fucking close to me. I looked down, and it's got its head up, about to strike me. And I've never ran so fucking fast in my life. But I think the snake got confused and was just as scared and ran the same way as me. So it looked like the snake was chasing me. I thought it was chasing me. So I ran so fast, and there was like a pretty high fence. And I never jumped over a fence so quick in my life. But yeah, that was terrifying. I had a few close calls with snakes living on a farm back in the day. I don't like snakes.
No, who likes? I mean, some people
like snakes.
Yeah.
People like snakes. It's a bit of a weird. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah.
If they're chasing you,
snakes are cool, but like I'm not trying to be friends with them.
Yeah, exactly. Especially.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's that story.
Let's see. This one is from Heidi, your sister Heidi.
Oh, yep, Chani. Yep.
So she said, ask him about the suicide runs he used to do on Homie. So you just mentioned Homie. That was the name of your horse,
yeah,
right?
So Homie was my horse. And I used to have a pretty, I don't know, me and Homie used to kind of get along pretty well. And I used to be able to, pretty much, ride Homie without any, it's been so long, I can't even remember what they're called, bits in their mouth,
oh, yeah.
Like reins? Without reins?
Yeah,
I used to be able to ride Homie without reins, and I used to just be able to, control him by, moving his mane.
Okay.
Which is, and I used to just, kick, just make him go as fast as possible without any reins and just, kind of freestyle it. Because we used to be I don't know, yeah, I just used to do that, and just wherever he'd take me was where we were going, and we'd just try to go as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of where my whole risk taking shit kind of came from horse riding.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I used to call them suicide runs, even though it was kind of pretty safe, I think.
How did you? Was it just a horse that your parents had bought and was living on your farm, or how did that happen?
Funny story is I always wanted to ride motorbikes. I always wanted to, in my head I always used to think Supercross was really cool, crossy demons and shit. And my dad used to ride motorbikes, and he had a lot of crashes, and I think his just some pretty heavy shit. He saw one of his friends die and stuff. So he just was not into giving me one. So I got a horse instead, which in hindsight is probably just as dangerous, if not more dangerous.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, I just used to kind of that was my outlet. I was well, just made do with what I had. And I was well, I'm just going to try to, I wanted to learn fucking cans or fucking backflips or something, but instead I was learning to ride a horse without fucking reins. That was my outlook at the time.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty funny. I was at my parents' house recently, and I was just in the shed, getting something, and I noticed that there was a fucking a small motorbike in there that they'd bought my niece.
Okay.
And I was so pissed. I was you motherfuckers. I was what the fuck? I wasn't allowed a motorbike, and you buy fucking my niece one. How does that work? I was what the fuck?
Yeah.
I felt pretty ripped off, but I mean, I think if I did get into Supercross or because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do tricks and jump bikes. That was what I wanted to do. I think if I did get into that, I think my life would be very different. Very different.
Probably, yeah.
So
for sure.
I'm glad. Fucking whatever. I'm not that mad about it.
I have a couple other ones from Heidi. She said, ask him to explain the song he used to sing to his older sister to make her go off.
Fuck. I think it was just like, I think I used, oh, wait, what was it? Oh, yeah, she was really scared of dead bodies. So I used to sing dead bodies over and over again, just the same word, just to like make her like, just make her repulsed. I used to, yeah, like my middle sister, Mitty, like, yeah, she, me and her used to really like get into it when we were kids. So I used to just like torture her by saying dead bodies and just like sing it over and over again, just by being a little shit.
And our last question is, ask him to explain detention vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
Does that ring a bell? Yeah?
Yeah, it does ring a bell. So I used to call like my mom is a great cook. Like she's great, but back when I was a kid, she just wasn't in my eyes.
Okay.
And she used to always do these she used to do two things that used to really irk me when I'd ask what was for dinner. She'd say like roast vegetables or vegetable soup. And it'd just be the most bland bullshit dinner. I'd be like, I mean, I wouldn't say probably shit back then, but I was just like, imagine like zucchini and Brussels sprouts with no salt and pepper, nothing, just detention. It felt like I was in detention for food. And same with the soup. Like it was just like, it just brings back memories of these mushy, like disgusting vegetables with no salt and pepper or anything, like no sauce, nothing.
Like you're being punished or something.
Yeah, that's just what it felt like. Yeah. I mean, now, I just don't think my palate was there yet, you know?
It's hard to find a child that enjoys vegetables, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love them now, but yeah.
I have a last family question and then we'll head back into skateboarding, but let's do this one.
Hi, Uncle Gav, what is your favourite trick? Can you give me a skateboard for my birthday? Uncle Gav, please.
Is that
That's I think his name is Mason.
Mason, yes. Yeah, Mason. Yes. Mason. That's my middle sister's nephew. So yeah, right. She's got two boys. So my older sister has four girls, and then my middle sister has two boys. Yeah, fuck. I meant to get them skateboards for their birthdays. Yeah, they're coming.
Okay.
I'm gonna get them.
Be patient.
They're coming. I haven't forgotten.
He also asked at the beginning, what is your favorite trick?
My favorite trick? Fuck, I don't know. Probably a board slide. They're always fun.
Okay.
Yeah, just a board slide on a flat bar. It's pretty fun.
All right, let's do this one.
Hello, Gabbers. This is your teammate from Sweden, Ludvig. I'm just wondering if you remember the first cigarette you ever smoked and what brand it was.
Oh, fucking
kind of an odd question.
It's funny though. I actually kind of do remember. I feel like it was a Peter Jackson Gold, and I think it was when I was like fucking young. Mm-hmm. I remember. And I don't even know if I even knew what smoking was back then, but I didn't even know how I got it or why I thought that it would be a good idea to smoke a cigarette that young, but I did. I don't even know how I got away with it, actually, because cigarettes stink. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Peter Jackson. I don't even think they have them in anywhere else besides for Australia, but it was a Peter Jackson Gold. And I remember maybe my middle sister may have got me to do it, but I remember I was probably like fucking 5 or some shit. Like,
oh wow,
like an age where I shouldn't have been doing it, you know. But I think that was like just one time, you know, and I never touched them again until I was like, 14, 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
And the brand is called Peter Jackson?
Peter Jackson. I think they're called Peter Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's Peter Jackson. Yeah, it is. It's Peter Jackson Golds. People from Australia will know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still smoking today or not anymore?
No, I am. So it's a fucking, it's not really a long story. So I've had like a pretty weird relationship with smoking throughout my life. Like for the longest time, I didn't really smoke and I'd only smoke when I drank.
Oh, I was the same.
Which wouldn't be that much. And then my ex-girlfriend, she started vaping when it became a huge thing. And then I went to my friend's wedding and for some reason I just bought a vape for some fucked up reason. I don't know why. and I just got insanely addicted to vaping. Like,
Oh, wow. Okay.
like badly addicted. Like, I'm talking like I would wake up in the middle of the night and vape without even knowing. Like, it was bad.
Damn.
And then my friend George Kasoulis, he was talking about how like he knows someone that works in like emergency and stuff. He's just saying like people are like dropping dead from this shit. And I was like, dude, I got to stop.
Really?
Yeah, like I think it's like a pretty bad thing, like popcorn lung and stuff. And I just was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to stop. And I went completely cold turkey, but then now went through a breakup, started traveling more, got out of my healthy routine. And then now I just fucking smoke and it's really bad. And I really want to quit. And I'm going to, I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I'm a smoker, but it hasn't been like a big thing in my life forever. So
you kind of have periods where you're smoking and some where you're not.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Also, too, like I can go days without doing it if I'm not, you know. I think it's a bit of a nervous tick as well. Like, I don't know, when I'm around people I don't know, and like, you know, when I'm feeling uncomfortable, and I don't know. But yeah, I need to quit.
No, for sure. But I mean, like you said, like if you're in there's some periods of time where it's just comforting, I guess, you know, like it's easier.
Like for instance, like I stopped drinking for a year once, like, and I didn't touch a cigarette the whole time. Like it wasn't necessary, you know. Yeah, it wasn't even a thing. It didn't even need nicotine. So I know it is possible, but just right now with the lifestyle that I'm living, yeah, it's just easy to smoke.
Sure. Yeah,
which is not a good excuse, but whatever. I'll get there. I know it's bad. I'm self-aware that it's shitty and that I shouldn't do it.
Okay.
Who else we got?
Dustin Dollin asked a question.
Oh, he's going. Oh, Dusty.
Yeah, legend.
What's he got?
He said, why do you put yourself through so much torture and pain? Is it because your family was pretty tough on you as a kid, or is it because you're a Tasmanian devil?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it was because my family was tough on me by any means. Maybe life was tough on me, and that's why I do it. But I wouldn't say my parents were. Or maybe I'm just a fucking Tasmanian devil. I don't know. No, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy this shit. Pretty simple. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. You know.
Do you remember the first time you met Dustin? Was it back in Australia or was it?
I actually do remember. I was at a place in Sydney called the Brighton Bar, and he was always my favorite skateboarder when I was a kid. Like I used to kind of dress like him. I copied, like I learned a lot of the tricks that he did. Like his like Baker 2G part, like he made me like start skating. Like I watched that part. I watched that part before I even like stepped on a skateboard. So
it was a big inspiration.
Yeah, like his aesthetic with life, like because I didn't even really know what skateboarding was back then, which is probably not a good thing looking back on it with the whole piss drunks thing and stuff. But his whole shit kind of like, I don't know. I just remember seeing the Keyfoot Crooks in Baker 2G down that rail, and I just like, I don't know. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But I think, I saw him at the Brighton Bar when I was maybe like 20. And he'd just gone to Tasmania on a Vans trip. Mm-hmm. And I just moved to Sydney. And I think like the person that was showing around, like I think it was like everybody was just sick of, well, not sick of hearing my name, but they would all be like, who's this guy that's done all these tricks here? Like it would be like, oh yeah, Gabbers did this, Gabbers did that. And they'd be like, who the fuck is Gabbers? Mm-hmm. And I think I became like a little bit of a joke without the trip. Like, what did Gabbers do here?
Yeah.
I think it became a bit like that. And then I think it was like the day that he got back from that trip, we just met at Brighton Bar and he just kind of not fanned out as such, but like already knew who I was. And it was just like a pretty surreal moment. And I just thought that was kind of cool. I was like, holy shit, like my favorite skateboarder knows who I am, which is funny though, because it's happened like a few times throughout my life where that has happened. And I'm like, holy shit, like that's fucking crazy. Yeah. I don't even know who I am.
And so how long after that did you eventually get flowed piss drunk boards? Like was that
was like 3 years. That was like 3 years, 3 or 4 years. I'm pretty sure like because Ben Michelle, the guy that his the person that he owned PD Distribution with, Ben Michelle, he wanted me on. Okay. And I don't think Dustin really cared about, I wouldn't say he like didn't care about my skating, but I just don't think he saw what I was doing at that time. And I remember I think Dustin was just like, Oh, no. What happened is the distribution was doing LA Skateboards. Remember that company?
LA Skateboards?
It was like Nick Trapasso's company.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, so like I was getting flowed boards from that through Ben Michelle, like just a distribution flow. And then they stopped going through PD, and then it was just like this crossroads of like, well, what is he going to do? Is he going to go to another distribution company, or is he going to stay with us? And of course I wanted to stay with PD because I knew Ben and Dustin was my favorite skater.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Baker and Deathwish because I was such a Baker kid when I was like growing up, like loved that shit. Like, you know, who didn't at that time?
For sure.
And I just think Ben had the conversation with Dustin, and I think Dustin was just like, oh, do we have to? Like, do we really need someone else? And then I think I'd done this like long back lip at the time or some shit, and like he sent my footage to Dustin, and then I think Dustin was just like, all right, well, let's give him a chance.
Okay.
And then they sent me to Sydney to hang out with Dustin, and I think he thought I was very weird because I was kind of pretty weird back then, like and anxious and like awkward. Mm-hmm. But I think he liked me, obviously. So yeah, I got to stay on.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's where that came from. And yeah, shout out Dustin. He did a lot for me. He did a lot for a lot of people from Australia, honestly.
Yeah, no, for
like,
sure.
People like, you know, he helped. He like anybody that was big, he kind of helped, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I owe a lot to him for like what he did. He didn't need to do all that shit for people, and he did.
Okay, let's see. This one is from Adam Davies.
Oh yeah.
So he said, years ago when we were on a trip in Chongqing, we had to run from the police when Badley was walling that phone box thing. We all got separated and were running off holding Darwin's flash stands, etc. Who did you get split up with? And tell us your experience of it.
Who did I get split up with? I can't even fucking remember. That trip was a blur. I do remember that. I'm pretty sure it was with him.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was with Davies. But yeah, I remember it just being got quite intense. But it was just like that sort of shit happens so much. Like I remember being chased like in Taiwan once, and like Dean Palmer had to like hide under a bus, and he like pissed himself because he was like, he was under the bus for so long he just had to piss himself because he couldn't leave because they were like in the bus yard like looking for him.
Holy shit.
But I don't remember. I just feel like it's like that sudden rush of like, holy shit, we're overstepping the line by like destroying property in like a country where people can go to jail for a long time. Yeah. And it's just like that rush of anxiety and like everybody's stressing, you know what I mean? Like when you overstep the line, you know? Yeah. But I think it kind of turned out all right. I think it was fine. I think at that point too, I think that trip, I'd already gone to China so many times and I knew it was going to be all right. And I think everybody else was stressing. And I think I might have been a little bit mellower about it. Just being like, we'll be fine. Like, whatever. It will work out. Yeah. Which might have been annoying to some people. I could be wrong if that's what he's talking about, but I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure I was just kind of unfazed by it. Okay. But maybe not. I don't know. I'm pretty sure at that point I'd been to China a lot and like had been through that many a times, and like nothing really happens. Like, you know. Yeah. We'll be fine. Like it's not. Yeah, we'll be fine. No need to overstress. I could be completely wrong. I could see Adam Davies next time. Next time I see him, and he's just like, "That's a fucking lie. You were stressing." That's not at all what was happening. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure. That's how you remember it. Yeah. Okay. That's how I remember it. Yeah, when we went and got chicken from 7-Eleven. That's how I remember it. Chicken and beer from 7-Eleven.
Okay, let's see.
G'day Gabbers, how are you, mate? I've got 2 questions for you. I just want to highlight from the Tasmania trip we did together for PD. That was an epic crew. That was wild times. I would just like to hear what your favourite thing from that trip was, and a little about the stunt we call the seesaw from that trip. Let's get a little backstory on that, please. And question number 2 is from another trip we've been on together, which was insane also. I think it was 2014, I believe. We went to Chongqing, China. Yeah, what's your favourite thing / highlight from that trip? That was another epic one. And congratulations on your new part, by the way, mate. That was incredible as usual. Love ya.
Oh, fucking Nate, mate. Nathan Jackson. Exactly. I love that guy. Dude, I don't ever get to see him anymore. Like, we used to be, like, we still are good friends, but I haven't seen him in so long. But he's, you know, he's killing it. He's got, like, he's still fucking ripping. Got a family. Love that guy. Great human. So he's talking about, Tasmania trip. That was so fun. We pretty much did 10 days, like, down in Tasmania. That was, like, the final trip. Or, like, I don't know if you guys have seen the PD video. But so it was like a team video that Dustin edited with everybody. It was like, I don't know, it was so sick to do at the time. But we did a trip and it was like all of us. But it was like the PD team back then. It was like at the time, like that was when I was already riding for PD for like a year and a half. And like all the people that rode for PD back then, it was like all my best friends. Like Snape, I'd known since I was like 18, 17. Like we both like moved into the same place. Like he moved from New Zealand and I moved from Tasmania. So we both had that kind of in common. So we kind of clicked because we were both kind of from small places, like moving to like the mainland, so to speak. And Jack Crook, who I moved in with for the first time, and he is a fucking incredible skateboarder, incredible human. Carl Terrell, fucking amazing, like Nate Mate. Darwin was shooting on it, like Colin Evans was filming, like it was like all my best friends all on one trip. And it was just so fun. Like just every day was like just the funnest time. And it was at that age too, like where you could drink every day. Yeah. Like you could party every day. I mean, we weren't really partying. Like we were just drinking throughout the day and drinking at night, like camping and stuff. It was just like, I don't know. It was just like the funnest trip. Like I'll remember that trip. Like it's always going to be one of my favorite trips. Got to like stay at my parents' house. Like they got to meet Dustin. It was pretty funny. It was like it was a good trip. Ben Michelle was on it. Like, yeah, it was, my good friend from Tasmania showed us around and filmed, like, Lewis Carney. Yeah, that trip was so fun. I'll always hold that trip close to my heart for sure. But yeah, the seesaw, we went to this, like, abandoned, like, DIY, and, it's like a house inside of the DIY. Like it's undercover, but it's like a house and there's like a little windowsill. And Dustin had this idea to put like a balancing beam. There's footage in my PD part. So it's like a balancing beam and you put it in like halfway so it's balancing. And then you drop off the top, which is probably like, I would say 4 feet onto the balancing beam, and then it drops another 5 feet down to the ground and then treats it like a ramp. It's kind of like that Mike V thing where he like goes onto a ramp and then just goes off it, where he's like beating up the ramps and shit. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it was Dustin's idea, and I was like dumb enough and like, you know, wanted to try it, I guess. And it fucking sucked. It took a lot. It was just like, it was fucking sketchy. Like I would do it and I would jump. So the whole thing was like gravity wise, it was, I would say 9 feet, you know, of gravity with a fucking really, really heavy piece of wood that's balancing. Yeah. So when I would drop off it, the thing would like bounce off the ground and like go for my ankles and shit. Like it was fucking sketchy. Oh, wow. But yeah, I did it. But I remember when I did it and like saw the footage, I was just like, is that it? Is that it? Underwhelming. Yeah. that doesn't really translate. That's not really as cool as what I thought it was going to be. But I think it was just like the hype of like, you know, setting out to do something was kind of like dangerous. Like, you know, it worked out. It was cool. Yeah. Fun memories. And then the Chongqing trip with him.
Is it the same one that
it's the same one that Davies. Right. Yeah, it was the same one that Davies. I was kind of like hurt on that trip. I'd like almost torn my ACL like 2 months before that. Oh, wow. And I was still doing rehab and like I didn't have surgery, touch wood, because I didn't need it. And I was kind of hurt, so I couldn't really skate how I wanted to. So it was like kind of a bit of a bummer of a trip for me, honestly. But it was still fun. But I remember like Batley, like Paul Batley, he usually took care of all the fucking, like, I went on a bunch of trips with him and he would always be the man to take care of like the places we stayed at would all just transfer money and he would like sort it all out. He was like pretty much the unofficial TM of these trips, and we did like a lot of them. It was so fun. Like I appreciate the hell out of him for doing all that, because he made all that shit happen, you know? Like for a time that we weren't really sponsored and like getting paid to go on these trips, like he just made it happen at a homie level, which is like some of the funnest trips I've been on. And this trip, he did his job and booked this hotel, and holy shit, it was gnarly. Like, it was fucked. We coined it as soon as we got there. We coined it the Mold Mansion. Like, it was fucked. Like, it was the most derelict place ever. And I remember, like, as soon as we were walking to the place with our bags, and I saw someone, like a street vendor, and they were selling slingshots. And I was like, you know, my inner Bart Simpson, you know, was just like, fuck it. I have to buy one right now.
Yeah.
The first thing, I didn't even put my bags in the hotel yet, and I was already buying a slingshot because I was like, fuck, I want a slingshot. Fuck yeah. And so I bought a slingshot, pretending to be Bart Simpson. We got to this place, we checked in, we were like, this is actually fucked. Like, it was it looked abandoned. Like, compared to the photos, like, it was so gnarly. Wow. And there was people working there and stuff, and I had this slingshot, and it was so abandoned, and I just don't know why I started doing it, but I started just breaking windows at the place. Like, because it was that derelict. Like, all the other windows were broken. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to start breaking the windows. And, like, the people that were working there just, like, didn't even care. They were watching me and laughing at me breaking the windows of this fucking hotel, or this hostel. And then anyway, we ended up staying in another place. But I remember, like, that was pretty fucking funny. Like, they were so on the same page of how much of a shithole this place was. They were just letting me be Bart Simpson breaking windows with a slingshot.
Damn.
I'm trying to think, what other crazy shit happened on that trip? Oh, the food was really gnarly there. It's pretty non-westernized. Like, it's not a place that people go to. I think they do now. I think it's a little bit more westernized now, but
at the time, not as much.
At the time, it was like 2014. It was like no one really went there, so you couldn't really get food anywhere. And like, people would, like, if you wanted to do a Chinese restaurant and you just wanted to wing it and like just order something, they would literally just kick you out. They just didn't want to deal with you. So if you like just pointed it at something, if you couldn't speak Chinese, they would be like, nah, we're not serving you. Like, get out. So we had three choices. It was like a supermarket across the road that sold like cold dumplings, which were good, which was fine. Mm-hmm. And then we had McDonald's, which is like kind of rough if you're eating that a couple of times, a day, or like, a few times in a row. Yeah. And then there was this other place called Big Pizza. And, that was kind of rough. It was fine the first couple of times, but after you're having a few, because these trips were like long. It was like 2 weeks long.
And so you were only eating in those spots for the whole 2 weeks?
Well, that was the only ones we could, really. Like, it was just it was just hard to like really do anything else. And then there was this place. So we were going to go to Chengdu. This is a city like an hour away on train. And then the night before, we did this thing called breezing. I mean, I'm sure everybody fucking knows of icing. It's like a thing. It's like a bro thing where you give someone a fucking ice, like a Smirnoff ice.
Okay.
And they have to scull it. They have to get down on one knee and scull it. So we used to do that, and it was just breezing, because breezing was really cheap there. And then for some reason, I got fucking breezed like 9 times in a row. So I went from being completely sober to being completely hammered and like dying from like a sugar overload. In like 5 minutes, just getting breezed over and over again. I'm pretty sure I got breezed at least 7 or 8 times, maybe 9 times. I can't remember, but wow. And then the next day we're going to Chengdu. I woke up so sick, like, and not just hungover. Like, I had a cold. I got a cold. So I got a cold and a massive hangover, and I decided I should have stayed in the hotel and just not gone, but we went to Chengdu, and the only reason why I wanted to go is because I wanted to go to this chain place that sold a salad, like just something, like it had ginger shots and salads and stuff, just something healthy, and it was called Element Fresh. Mm-hmm. And I looked it up on the map, and there was one in Chengdu, and I was so excited. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. I'm going to come with you guys. I can't skate because I'm sick. I feel awful. And I just braved it, went all the way to Chengdu. It was like 2 hours on a train or whatever. Got there and was finally going to get the Element Fresh, and it turns out it was a fucking mechanic place. Oh, no. It wasn't even the fucking place. So I was just there in the same predicament, just sick, just fucking hating life. So yeah, those are the two things I remember. But yeah, we'll move on. But I just remember that. I just thought that was just the biggest L of all time, and I was just so sick and so hungover, just being on this session to this city that I didn't even need to go. I could have just stayed in bed. Anyway,
huge bummer.
Anyway, maybe the moral of the story is probably look into Google Maps a little bit more and make sure it's not a fucking mechanic place.
All right, let's do this next one.
Quentin. Thanks for hitting me up to get a few questions over to Gabbers. Gabbers, fuck, I'm so stoked for you, bro. You're killing it. Yeah, few questions. I got three in mind, but in like 2011, we went on that trip to Japan with like no rules, no obligations, complete freedom of, you know, what we wanted to do, and like 20 of us kind of just doing our own thing. Just wondering if you have any specific memories from that trip that come to mind. You know, from my perspective, it's all a bit blurry. You know, many reasons why, but yeah, anything comes to mind there. And another one, like, you used to get picked on quite a bit. Now, you know, just by the homies at Lincoln and stuff. I wonder if, you know, if your rise to stardom, if that's still happening, or if, like, you know, all your American homies like pick on you. I don't see why they would, but yeah, I always thought that was kind of crazy. But yeah, another one, is there anything that comes to mind from our days filming for Seki Presh? Or maybe not filming for Seki Presh, but, you know, going out and filming and hitting up those indoor spots in Melbourne City back in the day. You were always such a beast when it came to those sessions. There was definitely some wild times. So yeah, just let us know what you think. Peace out.
Fuck yeah, good old Ducky.
Yeah, Casey Foley.
Yeah. Love that cunt. He's sick. Yeah, fuck Japan. That was a rough trip. I mean, it was just a lot. I mean, I had fun at times, but I mean, I know where he's coming from. It was a lot. And I just don't think I was like right in the right place then to go on that trip, honestly. Mm-hmm. And it was just a more ruthless time. I think I just didn't have the right personality for that kind of crew, you know, at that time. Because I went on a trip, like a similar trip, like a few years later, where I was just a little bit more mature, and it was the funnest trip ever, to China with like that pretty much exact same crew. I just think that trip was like, you know, it was my first time out of the country. I was a little bit timid. Also too, like, I mean, I guess this goes into his second question as well. I think like being picked on at that age, I think it did get to me in a way that was like hurtful at that time. And I think, like what we were saying with nicknames and stuff, you know, if you do care, people want to pick on you more. And like, I think, you know, as I got older and grew up a little bit more, I think, you know, I started not to care, and it started not to bother me. And then it just becomes unfun for the people picking on you. I'm not saying that that's right to pick on someone for that reason, but
sure.
It's just kind of just how it is, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't hold anything against anybody for picking on me at that stage, because it was just, you know, that was just how it was back then. I mean, everybody used to get picked on. I just think I took it a little bit worse just because I didn't have maybe it was from coming from a small town or stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I don't really know the psychology of it, but I just didn't really deal with it as well as some other people. I mean, I'm not here to be like, boo-hoo, poor me. Like, sure. It is what it is. Like, I don't hold anything against anybody, like I said, but it's just, you know. And I think that's probably why that trip was a bit rough for me. You know, it's hard being picked on constantly and not feeling like you have any, you know, real friends on that trip. But I mean, I just think it would have been different if I was a little bit more mature, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But, you know, no hard feelings. I mean, I still had fun. I still got to go to Japan. Like,
yeah. And also Japan is such a different culture and environment from
for sure. And I was just like, I was so like immature and like a kid back then that like I didn't even eat sushi. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was just like a dumb fucking kid that just all he wanted to do was skate, and like, you know, and that was probably too keen to a fault, you know, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was just hectic. It was a lot of people. It was a lot, but yeah.
And what about Seki Presh?
The Seki Presh? Fuck. Seki Presh, that was even earlier than that, and that was so fun. I mean, it was just at that stage of life where, you know, you could get away with shit, you know? Mm-hmm. We got away with a lot. We did a lot. I'm not saying we weren't like fucking assholes or anything like that. I mean, we were, but like, you know, it was all in good fun. I mean, it's up to the security guard to fucking take it personally, but it was never personal. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I feel like now it's kind of dealing with that. Back then, I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good rapport with security guard these days. Like, I kind of know how to deal with them pretty well. You know, you got to humanize them, put them on your level.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. Respect them.
It's not a personal thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, those, you know, you just wouldn't even be able to do that now. And I don't think I'd even when I do that now, because there is sometimes where you have to skate a spot that's like, you know, a quick bust, I still feel a little bit bad and I'm not as good at it as what I was, but it's still fun. It still reminds me of like Seki Prash, you know, those days. And I still, you know, I'm always going to remember those days. It was fun as fuck. If anybody hasn't seen the video, they should watch it because it was a classic. Geoff Campbell really killed it on those videos. I mean, all of his early videos are so good.
Right now, there is this annoying trend online where everyone is posting what they did in 2016. So to save you from that nuisance, Gabbers, I'm going to ask you to tell us all on the podcast about the 9th largest country in the world, rich in uranium, natural gas, marble, handrails, and lovely memories of playing cards on the train. Tell us about the trip that you recently told me you'll take to your grave.
Yes, Patrik Wallner. Oh, I gotta apologize on air to Patrick. I've been trying to meet up with him to film and stuff, and to go on one more of his trips, but I've just been like, schedule's been hectic and I feel really bad. I love Patrick. I'm so glad I got to go on that. We went on a Kazakhstan trip in 2016, and like, I always was such a massive fan of Patrick's stuff before that, like before I even met him. I always loved, I mean, like what we're talking about with traveling and going to weird places, like I always loved that side of skating, and like his visual traveling stuff really stuck with me, even like back in the day, like back when I was like super young, I always used to watch his videos. So to get invited on one of those trips, like, was such an honor. And yeah, I mean, we went to Kazakhstan. It was like funded by Red Bull and Google for some reason.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we like got given like $1,000 to go, all our stuff paid for, 5-star resort, like 5-star accommodation. We got a phone as well. So I ended up coming up like so well on that trip and had the best time ever. Like the crew was amazing.
Who else was on that trip? Oh yeah, Nestor Judkins. Okay.
Nestor was on it. I roomed with Nestor. First time like kind of meeting him. And then Rob Wooten from Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rob was on it. He was the man. Fucking Tommy Zhao films, used to live in Shanghai, legend. Dude, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but
no, of course, quite a while ago. So.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. There was
Mishi Makrad on that trip?
No, he wasn't on that. He wasn't on that.
Okay. Wasn't there a Russian guy maybe who was part of the crew?
Yes. Kirill from Russia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was on it. It was cool as fuck.
Nice.
He was like kind of like he was the translator.
Tour guide or
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he was like translator. He was like helping us getting around. It was sick. Yeah, that trip was so fun. It took me like 4 days to get there because it's so far away. But yeah, I mean, we started off in Astana. And I didn't really know what I was in for because, like Borat kind of gave that place a bad name. I didn't realize that it was just like fucking paradise. Like it was so fun. Like Astana is like, it's such a new country, like a new city. And it's just so oil rich there. So it's all just marble. I'm pretty sure the first day that I was there, I think I got like 9 tricks.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. Just because there was that many spots that just hadn't been skated that were perfect. It wasn't like me ripping.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't just like straight off the gate ripping. It was just like there was just spots that you just couldn't not skate. Like it was just,
And was like the security mellow over there? Or like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think there was security. I can't even remember there being security guards, really. I can't even remember getting kicked out of a spot, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just so good. Like the food was amazing. Like we went to this place on the Red Sea. Wait, is it the Red Sea?
I think so.
Such an idiot right now. Yeah, it's on the Red Sea, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. Excuse my ignorance. I'm just a dumb Australian.
Same here. Not Australian. Yeah. Geography is not my strong suit.
I'm just an ignorant idiot. But we stayed at this resort like hotel that had no one else staying in it. Like it was like this old Soviet place. It was called Aktau.
Okay.
And then we went like, oh, dude, it was so fun. It was such a fucking fun trip. I think it was a long one as well, but it felt like it was so cool. Yeah, we went to like this old sea that like this old lake that just completely dried up. And yeah, it was, I don't know, we did a lot of stuff. We went on and in the middle of that too, we had like a 3 or 4 day train ride across the fucking whole country. So it was just, I don't know, it was just a really cool trip. And a lot of good food. Like the food was amazing. The locals were amazing. Lots and lots of beautiful girls. Like it was just a very, very nice place. I would love to go back, but
you were there just this one time?
Yeah, just once. I've been trying to go back ever since, but I noticed that like there's this shop out there called Morey that we went to first time. I noticed they've been getting stuff on Thrasher and stuff, so it seems like the scene's kind of taking off, which is cool. Like shout out them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, it was such a fun trip, and I appreciate Patrik taking me on that. It was really cool.
Have you been on any other trips with Patrik, or just this one?
Just that one. He invited me to one last year, but I just couldn't make it with, it was with Salad Days with Nesta.
Oh, cool,
and
yeah.
I really wanted to go, but it was just right when like I was finishing my part and I just had other obligations. But I'm trying to go on another one. I think Patrik thinks I'm like blanking him. And,
no,
but I'm not.
Yeah.
Tell him
you're busy.
Keep it in there that I'm not. I'm really not. I really do want to go on another trip. I love that shit.
Yeah, it must be fun. These visual traveling trips make epic videos, and I'm sure.
Exactly. It's also just like it's a nice palate cleanser going on those sort of trips too, where like no one skated the spots. Like it's like a little bit easier to get tricks. It's more about like the way it's filmed and like the backdrop. It's nice to do those sort of things here and there instead of just going to the local fucking 20 stair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also, he brings in like an eclectic group of skaters, like you just said, like Tommy Zhao, Rob Wooten. Like it's people you wouldn't necessarily picture being on trips together. I think it's interesting also, to bring a diverse crew of skaters.
I think he picks the personalities well as well. Like it's not just the skateboarding. It's like he picks people that will get along and they're on the same page.
Yeah.
Just with like hanging out. Because like that was another thing too, like being on that trip, like it was just fun. Even outside of the skating, which is like a good thing, which is the main thing, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
The best trips are where everybody's getting along and having a good time, So shout out him.
I have a question from Stu Morton.
Oh yeah, my old boss.
Yes, from Frankie's Tortas.
Yeah. That's the place I was talking about that I worked at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason Morey told me to hit him up.
Oh yeah, nice. Love that guy.
So, he asked a couple of things. He said, ask him which 326 part is his favorite.
Oh, it's got to be Rick Hansen.
Rick Hansen? Okay.
Yeah. Or Snary. It's just like this old video magazine. It was kind of like a rip-off of 4 and 1, but it was just in Tasmania. But it was just like this group of older dudes.
Oh, and it's called 326. Okay.
Yeah, it's called 326. Yeah, it was like I think it was like the number of their old house or something like that. But he used to have a skate shop. I think I rode for it, and it just I got on, and I think pretty sure 2 weeks later it went out of business. I was like, God damn it! I was sponsored by them for 2 weeks.
Shortest sponsorship deal ever.
Yeah, short sponsorship. But yeah, no, he's talking about the videos were kind of fun. Like they were just. You look back on them and they kind of became like kind of funny to watch, But it was cool. It was cool. They did a lot for the scene back then.
He said also, who are your top 3 Tassie OG skaters?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's think about this. All right. Number 1's got to be Tom Cufferson because he's like the OG. He had like good style before like good style was a thing, Especially in Tasmania, because you noticed that like a lot of people just didn't have very good style. They were just getting the job done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Including myself. Like I'm not, I'm not saying
you weren't part of it. Yeah.
No. And then there's this other guy. I don't know if you could count him though, because I think he was from Adelaide, but let's not count him. But George Newsome, he used to live in Tassie, and I remember the first time watching him skate was just mind blowing.
Okay.
Like, so mind-blowing. And honestly, like, even growing up and getting older and realizing what skateboarding was after the fact, he was, like, one of the best. But I don't know if he was I don't know if he necessarily counts. But, yeah, there was this other guy called Joe Hamilton. He had really good style, and he was really good. And then I guess you got to put Dix in there. Chris Smith, he was, like... and he helped me a lot when I was a kid as well. He like used to give me, he used to get like almost boards and globe shoes, and he used to like give me like, I think he was hurt. He had like really bad hips and he was hurt. So he used to just pretty much give me his whole box.
Oh, wow.
So you got to give it to him. And he pretty much like inspired me to skate big handrails and stuff, because he was like a handrail trumper. So you got to put him in there.
Mm-hmm.
He like smithed an 18 stair before like that was really like a thing. It was kind of inspiring as a kid, you know, seeing someone like from the town over being that gnarly.
Yeah.
So you got to put him. So I'd say those three.
And then Stu's last question is the worst thing you ever saw go down at the saloon bar in Launceston. I hope I'm Launceston, something like that.
I mean, let's just keep that short. I would say the worst thing was me being 16 after fucking 6 vodka and Red Bulls. That would probably be the worst thing.
Oof! Wow.
Yeah, I had a fake ID, and I used to go down and just like this is when I was like in the middle of like being a chef's apprenticeship, and I would get like Wednesday, Thursdays off. That would be my day off. I'd never get weekends off.
Okay.
So I would go down and stay at Stu's and his brother's Albie, and like they used to kind of look after me, and they'd be older than me, and I used to go down with my fake ID, and I'd go there for uni night, which was like Wednesday night. So it would be like a small little taste of Saturday night. So I used to just go down there and just get absolutely... Like I would go skate for the day, go get absolutely fucked up. And then the next day just skate and then take the bus back, because it was before I had a license.
Oh, yeah.
So it was pretty funny. Yeah. So that was good memories. So yeah, probably me. I would say me. Mm-hmm. Me was the worst thing in there.
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this one is from Sammy Winter.
Oh yes, Sammy.
He said to ask you about the eat up cunt story. It is pretty funny, and it has somewhat become part of the skate lingo. And I believe I heard you talk about this a little bit in maybe it was in your
Bunts interview. Yeah. It was like my favorite sports moment. Yeah. No, it's funny. It's just Sammy being Sammy, dude. He's just, I don't know. He's just he's so like, he is funny with being funny, but he's so funny unnecessary, like not meaning to be funny.
Yeah. Accidentally.
Like it was just one of those moments where it was just like, yeah. And he also forgets that he's funny. Like he's not even trying. I don't know. He's the best. I love Sammy. Also one of the best skateboarders in Australia, I would say. Like,
oh yeah.
Honestly, I reckon he's one of the. I'm not trying to glaze him too hard, and he'll probably fucking hate this. But I would say he's one of the best manuals of all time, like style wise.
Oh yeah.
Like big spin fakie manual, like.
That's true. Yeah. He was.
Like he did it on Yarra manual pad. It's like insane. Like, he did some shit.
He was on Cliché, right, back in the day?
Yeah. He was pro for Cliché. He was on Gravis and Analog.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he was like part of like the OG like Dylan crew.
Right.
Yeah, he was fucking Australian legend. He's such a funny dude. I love that guy. But yeah, just that story is just I won't tell it again because you can just go into
sure.
You can go listen to my bunt, but. It's funny though because it still gets used to this day. Like when anybody's even in Sydney, when anybody's even eating, someone is going to say "eat up,
cunt."
Like they're going to look at, they're going to look at the person and they're just going to go "eat up, cunt," just because it's funny. But yeah, no, love Sammy.
All right, let's see.
All right, Gabba's mate. My question for you is: a few years ago, when you were staying at my joint, you started to get this nerve pain in your feet. And couldn't really skate.
I know what this is.
I'm pretty sure you had to see the doctor about it. What was the go of that? What caused it?
That's Billy
Lukins?
Billy Lukins. He's like one of my best friends. I love that dude. I've stayed at his house. Shout out to him and Jackie. I've stayed at his house many a times. He's always looked after me. I love that guy. He's the best. Fucking amazing skateboarder too. So I was staying at his house and I started to get like, I don't know, my feet just started to fuck out. Like it was insane. I've never felt this pain before. Like I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Like it would be so painful. And I realized that it was nerve pain and it was like excruciating. Like I understand why people like nerve pain is like the worst pain you can have. And I went to a foot doctor and they were like, they measured my feet and they were like, what the hell are you doing? You're wearing size 10s and you're an 11 and a half, almost 12. What are you doing?
No way.
You're giving yourself nerve damage.
Okay.
So I used to just squeeze my feet into like the smallest shoes and just deal with it. And now I wear 11s, and as soon as I started wearing 11s, the nerve pain went away. But yeah, that's that story. And I used to like blow out, like, I remember like old team managers used to be like, why are you going through so many shoes? But what would happen is I would like, if I jumped down anything, like my feet would just go through the shoes because of my, like, I'm just squeezed in there.
Holy shit.
So I used to just go through so many pairs of shoes.
Why were you wearing size 10s? Like, did you...
I don't know. I just thought, I don't know.
You just liked the sensation of being like tucked in.
I just like
something?
really tight shoes, and that never used to bother me. And then just all of a sudden, like, I just couldn't do it. Now sometimes I'm like, because I'm an 11 and a half. Sometimes I can't wear like certain shoes that are 11s. I don't know how I used to wear 10s. Like, it's insane to me.
You were just used to it, yeah.
Yeah, I just could do it. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, that's that story.
Damn.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
don't do it. Wear your shoe size, kids, because it's fucking painful.
All right. I have a question from Liam Johnstone. I think his name is Pee-wee. Does that ring a bell?
Yep. He's one of my oldest friends, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like he's the guy in my out there that's with dreads.
Oh, okay.
For some reason he's got dreads, I don't know why. But yeah, no, I love that guy. He's the best. I've known him since I was fucking like a child.
So he said, why haven't you done signet rails? Signet rails? Yeah.
I know this story. So we went on this when I came back after I turned pro, like when I was living in the States or like being in the States for a long time. I went back to Tassie and like kind of hung out with all my friends, kind of just had a break. And we did this camping trip all around Tasmania, and it was around New Year's. It was really fun. But we went to this skate park, like down in this town called Signet. And these kids were just like, oh, there's a really good rail up there. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, we'll go check it out. And like, I've got fucking board shorts on. I haven't really like, I'm just skating the park. Like, I've just fucking,
chilling.
I've just finished a part. I'm chilling. Like, and you get to this rail and it's like a massive fucking 16 stair rail that's like nipple height. Like, it's actually good though. That's the funny thing. Like, if it was on a trip where I was trying to fucking jump down a 16 stair rail, I'd probably skate it. But I was in board shorts, like chilling.
Yeah.
And dude, some kids caught wind that I was there, and the whole skate park just came right when I was looking at it. So it was like this big situation of like, is he gonna do it? Like,
yeah.
And I was just like, hell no, I'm not doing this. Like, so it just became this joke of like, should have done Signet Rail. Like, lost a couple of fans that day. Like, probably should have fucking jumped on that rail, huh? And it's so funny. Like, I think a part came out like the next day. And this kid that must have been there just wrote, like, first comment was like, should have done Signet Rail. So now my friends from back home that were there just always, like, if I post something on Instagram, they just write, should have done Signet Rail.
Yeah.
It just became a joke. We were joking about it last time I was there. I was like, fuck, should we just drive down to fucking Signet Rail so I can just go grind this thing so I can just shut you up?
Yeah, get it over.
But, yeah, that's that story. Pretty funny. I wasn't trying to grind a fucking nipple high 16 rail with fucking
on a chill day. I
was trying to do that.
But everybody coming and like putting
the
pressure on
funny.
you, like. Yeah.
I think also too, like, people think like handrail skaters like myself, who is like known for doing that sort of stuff, it's just like spare of the moment, like, you know, probably for Jamie Foy and stuff like that. But I gotta be conditioned.
Yeah, exactly.
My blade has got to be like sharp. If it's not sharp, I'm not trying to fucking scorpion on a rail just to grind it. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway. So yeah. That's just that's that story. It's pretty funny.
And he also said, everyone, including Bam, always talks about the balls that Gabriel has. Why does no one talk about the snake?
Let's not get into that. People don't need to know.
No need.
I just thought
I'd read it to you because it was funny.
Let's just say that there was a rumor. I'm not going to say what the rumor is, but there was a rumor going around when I was a kid that was quite damaging. And it wasn't what you thought. It wasn't the fact about being small. Let's just say that. But it was quite damaging to my reputation. Anyway, I'm not gonna comment anymore.
Moving on. Matt Bublitz also asked, ask him what he remembers from Am Scramble 2018.
I remember being skinned alive. I remember that trip being really fun, exactly what I wanted to do at that time in my life, but also being very, very hard. And just like, I don't know, I was just like, you know, I was on a trip with a bunch of like hungry ams. I shouldn't have even been on it. But I mean, I think I did all right for like the situation. Like I was fucking like almost 30 with a bunch of like fucking up and coming like hungry ams. But I just remember like eating shit. I was just like, I pretty much, and like I didn't realize it. And I just got back from China, so I was jet lagged. I thought something was wrong with me because I was jet lagged and tired. So I was also having anxiety about like my health. And then I just like kept on just getting skinned a lot. I was pretty much a human scab by the end of that trip.
Oh, wow.
But it was fun though. I mean, like it was a good crew. I loved hanging out with like everybody. That year was Pedro, Fabi, like the Delfinos, Henry Gartland, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Cater was on it. Justin Henry, Simon Bannerot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, it was fucking a pretty gnarly trip.
Oh, I bet.
But it was fun. Like, I mean, like, I'm so glad I did it. I'm like so thankful that Thrasher, like, they invited me on that shit. And like, they always did that for me. They always like threw me a bone. Like, I probably, like what I was saying, like, I probably shouldn't have been there. That was Burnett. That was Thrasher, like having my back and seeing something in me that a lot of people didn't. And I appreciate that, you know. And they're always kind of like that. They do that for people, you know. If you're down for the cause and if you're down to like put in the work, they're going to help you. And I think that's really cool. They don't play favorites, like just because, you know, someone is on a certain sponsor or something like that. Like, you know, I didn't have really any backing then, you know. I was already told that I wasn't going to get on Adidas like then, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, like they did so much for me. So yeah, fucking shout out all of them. Everybody that works there. They're all fucking the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're so, like, you know, yeah, they're the best. I've got so much love for those guys. Wouldn't be here talking to you guys if it wasn't for them.
Well, speaking of that, I have a question from Michael Burnett.
Yes.
It's a pretty funny one. I said, "Hi, Gabriel. Thanks again for helping me move. And for the dangling earring, I'm going to wait to pierce my ear when you are here. I had a kind of stupid question for you. Who are the greatest bald skaters of all time? Bald Rushmore."
Bald Rushmore. That's fucking good. I like that question. Wait. Are we, what are we counting here though? Are we counting like receding hairlines?
It's funny because I was trying to think of it yesterday, and I made a list and I wrote down some names, and there's both. There's like full bald like me, like,
because then again, also too, I don't want to like offend anybody as well.
No,
like,
of course. Yeah,
there's like certain people that I think rep the receding hairline where I'm like
Max
jealous
Palmer.
of how. Yeah, like Max Palmer. Also too, you know who else was like kind of sick back in the day, or I used to really like kind of used to inspire me? James Brockman.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah, like James Brockman
videos,
had a sick, and like that's why I kind of repped it for ages. But then I like remember seeing myself and being like, wait,
this is not
that's
a good
not
look.
it. That's not it. Fuck, I'm trying to think who's a good bald skater. I mean Matt Mumford, of course.
Yeah. We have to
Matt
mention
Mumford,
him for sure.
He's definitely on there. Let's chuck Max on there because he runs it so well, and he's like kind of like, I don't know. It kind of works for him. Who else? Who else is a good bald skater? Snelling from London. Love him. Mm-hmm. Chuck him on there. Who else? Who else is bald as fuck? That's sick.
The ones that came to mind for me are there's MJ, Mark Johnson.
Oh yeah, MJ. Yeah.
And
he's a proper bald skater.
I don't know if we can write him in there, but Andrew Reynolds, I think he's either bald
he's
or
bald. Yeah,
bald.
he's bald. He's bald. He's bald as fuck.
Although it's kind of recent for him, so yeah.
No, yeah. Chuck him on there. There's someone that's recently been bald where I'm like, oh, that's kind of working. But I can't remember who. Nah, I don't know.
I think actually Cyrus is balding as well, right? Like Max, mentioning Max.
Yeah,
Cyrus Bennett is maybe not as much, but
I think he's just like a shaved head. I think he might be fake bald. Maybe.
That's another,
maybe he's not.
Another category.
He's like fake bald. They're bald that's annoying, where you're like, dude, fuck you.
You could have hair, but you choose to just shave it.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck you. Like, you're just flexing at this point. Like, just shave your head for no reason. Yeah. My friend Jarryd Carter did that recently, and he's got like perfect hair, and I'm like, dude, fuck you. I would kill to have hair, and you're just fucking taking the piss out of it.
Yeah, same here.
Nah, it's funny. Yeah, chuck those guys on it.
Okay, this one is from Geoff Campbell.
Oh yeah? This is going to be good.
He said, hi Gabbers, congratulations on all your hard work and success you've had over the past couple of years. Much respect. Off the top of your head, what is the rawest / craziest trick to ever go down in Melbourne?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say everybody says Tim Williams, he gap 50 this hubba. It's like this white hubba. I would say that might be the rawest. Or Nate Mate's kickflip down the same double set. It's like this white double set. I nose slid through the hubba. It's like this old, like hubba with a little gap in the middle of it. He gap 50'd it, and I think that would have to go down as one of the craziest. But let me think for 2 seconds, because I know that there's gnarly as shit. Oh, Sean Paul. He nose slid gapped out this spot, and it's, if you go there, it doesn't make any sense. It's got to be one of the gnarliest things. I would say the gnarliest is probably Tim Williams' gap to grind.
Okay.
But I would say like the most skilled and like unreal is probably Sean Paul's nose slide gap out. The same spot, actually, I was there once, and Tiago almost switchback tailed the same spot, which is, I would, if he did it, it would be the gnarliest trick ever done on a skateboard. Hands down.
Wow.
Like, hands down. I don't care what anybody would say. It would be the gnarliest trick ever done on a skateboard. Like, that's how gnarly the nose slide is.
Wow.
Like,
do you know what video up. That was that in a video?
The nose slide? I think it was in his DC part.
Okay.
His DC shoes part. Yeah, you should look it up. Everybody should look it up. That is got to be one of the gnarliest things done in Melbourne. I mean, there's other things too. There's like some classics as well. There's like Dustin Dollin's kickflip 50 down Country Road. Mm-hmm. Matt Kinsman did some gnarly shit back in the day. Like, dude, there's been just so much gnarly shit that's happened. There's a lot of gnarly shit, but I would say those two things for sure. And I'm sure Geoff would agree.
All right, let's see. This one's from Jarryd Rees.
Oh yeah, see, old friend.
Yep. He said, "Sup Gabers, it's Ray. Beyond proud of what you've done in skating since your early trips to the States, of us running around New York and you visiting me in Arizona. You've always been gnarly, but since then you've become one of the gnarliest skaters to ever do it. Was there something that changed in you or something that clicked? What makes Gabbers Huck? That's what I want to know."
I would say it's probably just like we were talking about before. I would say just like my maturity level of like kind of seeing the big picture and being a little bit more sure of myself and not as like imposter syndrome, you know, being a bit more confident, and also too like realizing that like I enjoy this shit. Like I enjoy doing what I do. I'm not doing it for a certain type of reason, you know?
Yeah.
I would say that's probably what it is, you know, because I feel like even now, like even with the Signet Rail story, it's like if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean?
You're not going to let the pressure of people's expectation get to you.
Yeah. I mean, it still does sometimes, but I mean, I think it's just more just realizing why I do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say that.
Because, you're also known for some of the like gnarly slams that you've taken throughout the years. And I remember the one of the My Wars you had was it the Gap to Crooked grind, I think? Where you fell on your head and stuff. Stuff like that. When that happens, did that kind of have an effect on you in the sense that you were like, okay, I have to chill on doing shit like that for a minute, or maybe I should switch to more mellow kind of skating?
You've got to take time after those sort of slams for sure. But I mean, it's all just a confident thing, and like that can happen with anything, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you know, it's all calculated.
So like that didn't make you change your skating. Like you were not like, okay, now I'm going to stick to curves and manuals or whatever.
No, I just don't. I don't think, you know. I think at the time you kind of think it will, but like, you know, you always get back to doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you should definitely take time from something like that. But I mean, you know, if you want to do it, you want to do it.
Okay, this one's from Sarah Merle.
Oh, yes. Good old Sarah.
She said, I remember one session we were on outside of Copenhagen. You were trying this huge hubba, and you had a thing with a certain car passing by. If it's a certain color, then another one of those has to come by again before the next try, or something like this. A common thing to have some type of OCD when skating big stuff, but I had never seen this one before. Where does it come from? And I remember you mentioned that in the Bun interview, I think, as well, but with the color red, but I think you did.
It's like, so... I mean, I feel like as someone that tries like scary stuff, I feel like I've seen it with a lot of people. People are quite superstitious because you kind of have to have luck on your side, or like, you know, you have to be feeling good and confident, and like anything can throw you off.
Yeah.
So I used to have a thing with red because I broke my ankle in red shoes when I was a kid. And then it just kind of stemmed from that. And then now with cars, like, I don't know, I just don't like, I have to wait. It's just a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wish it wasn't like a thing. It's really annoying, and I'm sure it's annoying for people that fucking are with me. Like, why the fuck isn't this guy hurrying up? But I mean, it's just how it works. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to do it. It's in the brain. I've tried to break the curse, and every time I do, it doesn't work. So, you know, just keep going.
Yeah.
So that's where that's from.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, psychology of it all, I guess.
Yeah, because that made me think of was it Reynolds, who was famously doing the 1, 2, 3, whatever, tapping
I mean,
on the spot or something to
well,
just get in the zone or something.
For sure, and I think the psychology of like life or like being a human being is like your body and your brain wants you to survive. So whenever you're putting yourself through any sort of danger, you're going to do anything to stop yourself from doing that to keep yourself safe. So I think skateboarding big stuff is like you're always just tricking yourself into doing it, and that's why people do bets. That's why, like, you know, I even do bets sometimes. Like, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position, and your mind doesn't want you to do that, you know, so you're just always kind of tricking yourself. So you're just playing a game with yourself, you know.
Well, on that same topic, I think I have a question from Kalem Beange. His question is, when are we gonna see a red dipped Gabriel's Pro board?
Absolutely never.
Never.
No dipped board. I fucking hate dipped boards. I tried to skate one recently, and I was just like, ugh, yuck. Not good. Those days are gone.
All right. This one's from Cole Matthews from Thrasher.
Yes.
I think if I understood correctly, he's the one who got you the White Flag song, the Dido song, right?
Yep. He's the best. I fucking love Cole. Yeah, like I was saying before about Thrasher, he's one of the fucking people behind the scenes that does a lot for people. Nothing but respect for him. Mm-hmm. He's done a lot for everybody. Like he used to be the Element team manager, an Element filmer.
That's right.
He's done, you know, he's had countless people staying at his house. He's like fucking always giving advice to people. He's one of the best.
So he asked, I'd like to know how Gabriel navigates or feels about real/fake and temporary friendships as an adult and professional skateboarding. As he is from a small town, did that shape his approach in keeping and or maintaining relationships?
I think that's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah. I mean, I think I've been on this earth enough to like kind of realize what is a real friendship and what isn't. And I think with the way that I travel and the way that I'm always all over the place, I feel like a real friendship is like someone that you don't need to be in contact with all the time.
Yeah.
You know, It should always just be the same when you get back to them. Like, you know, there is times like I have this a lot, and like I apologize to any friends that this has happened to, but you know, I'll get a DM or a message from someone when I'm half asleep because I'm in a different time zone, and I'll look at it and I'll feel like I dreamt it, and then I'll forget. And it'll seem like I'm like icing them, but I'm never doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And I think I have to explain that to some people because some people get like annoyed about it. But it's just like I feel like, you know, if you're a real person, like if you're friends with someone, you're friends with someone. It shouldn't change, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just try to keep that kind of outlook on it, you know. I mean, I feel like when you've been on when you're in your 30s, I feel like you've been around people enough to kind of know how people navigate themselves and kind of know, you know, what people's MO is, you know?
Yeah. I think what you said about like a friend, for example, who you don't speak with for like a year or something, and if you get on the phone, it's like as if you had just spoken the day before. It's just very fluid, and spontaneous. I mean, that's the sign of a really
for sure.
friendship.
I don't know if that's just me being selfish because I'm living this life of where I'm not around my friends all the time, and I know that people have different probably expectations for friendships, and I apologize for that, but it is hard.
With this lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sacrifices in life, and like that's one of the sacrifices. Like there's probably weddings I'm not getting invited to because I'm not as close to people because I'm traveling. There's certain things that I'm not getting involved in at a later time in life, but it's just the sacrifice that I've made. And,
exactly. And your friends back in Australia and Tasmania will, I'm sure they're stoked for you that you're traveling and living your best life. And
I hope they understand that I'm not icing them or anything like that, because I that's not what I want to do.
Of course. Okay. I have just a few last ones. This one is from Jarryd Rees.
Oh yeah, Reesy.
He said, during filming for No White Flag, I felt like you were doing tricks and uncapping iconic spots around the city that were challenges from a Tony Hawk's video game and ticking them off a list. Which trick are you most proud of from that part?
Fuck, it's a good question. Shout out to Jarryd. Thank you so much for all the time that you spent pointing a camera at me. I appreciate that. I would say like what we were talking about before when I uncapped the treasury rail and did like the 50-50 then no slide. I wanted to big spin front blunt it, but I was too much of a bitch. I tried one front blunt and just ate heaps of shit and was just over it. I would say that one for sure. I'd say that was probably the most like rewarding. And I remember too, the day that I did it, it wasn't really that hard.
Okay.
And it was just, everything just
came
worked.
pretty easy.
The filmer, Jarryd was filming it. The security guard just like came and just didn't get in the way and just didn't really care. He's understood, which is barely happens there. I'd say that one was probably the most rewarding. Yeah, rewarding. Or the back tail I did at it's called No Piss Plaza. It's like that plaza that's like marble that everybody skates. I backtail from the start off the 3 block. I'd say that was pretty fucking rewarding as well, actually. That was really hard. That took a long time. He filmed that one as well. Shout out to that. Yeah, I would say those two. But yeah, that was like a fun time because I think it was, I'd kind of dealt with some personal issues and like I kind of had like a new found patience and love for skating in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of it was a nice time. Like I had good people around me like Jarryd and like Davies and like, I just felt like kind of comfortable where I was. And it was just, like what I was saying, I was uncapping spots. But, that time ended, and I don't think I'm going to get it again. Like it was, I went there, I did it, and I don't think I can do it again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was cool. I'm always going to remember that.
I just had a side question from this, from that part, from the music. I was just curious how you came up with that choice, and how do you usually like? I assume every project is different, like depending on what brand it is for and whatever, who's the filmer. How did you pick that song?
I've had like, I would like to say I've watched a lot of skating, obviously, and skate videos. I'm not going to sit here and fucking say that I'm some connoisseur when it comes to music, but I would like to think, just like looking back on like Flip Sorry or like Baker 2G or like, I kind of have like some sort of inkling of what people want to hear in a video, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, White Flag, that is a bit of, I was originally going to skate to Sinead O'Connor, Drink Before the War.
Yeah, I think I heard
that's what I wanted to skate to. And Cole couldn't get the music rights to it because if someone passes away, it's like way harder to get the music rights because you don't know who they're dealing with. So I was like leading up to that part, I was always going to skate to that song. And then we found out.
Did you do an edit with it and everything, or?
I think we did, yeah. Because I think we did do an edit to it. I think that song is an incredible song for like a part, like a part that is full of like, I would say like handrail skating or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was, it was a bit of, this always happens too. Like I swear this always happens when you have an idea for a song and you're kind of set on it and then it falls through with music rights. And like, I always want to have my parts come out with Thrasher because I know that there's a pretty big trend right now with like releasing it on private channels and like stuff like that. Like, you know, people are doing that, but like Thrasher's always had my back, so I'm always going to want to like give my best stuff to them, you know?
Yeah.
Like I always want to pay my respects and give back to them how they've given to me.
Sure.
So I don't mind making sacrifices with music. And I think with No White Flag, I originally wanted to skate to this other Dido song, Here With Me, but it's like used in a commercial and it just reminds me too much of that commercial. So I think me and Jarryd, I was going through music because I just found out I couldn't use No White Flag and it was like 2 months before. So we were kind of running out of time. And yeah, I just started listening to that song and just realized, I think we played my old part to that song and I think it just kind of worked. And I like it when things are not, you know, just laid out. Like, you know, people would probably think I would skate to something that's like a little bit more, I don't know. I just felt like it worked. And I also really like female vocalists, like me personally. I love that shit. I think it works really well with skating. I think it works well with my type of skating, you know?
Definitely, yeah. It's an interesting contrast, like that music with your skating and the gnarly.
And also too, I'm a strong believer that music is everything in a video part.
Yeah,
you don't put effort into fucking. If you don't put effort into a song, like if you don't really think about it and imagine you're skateboarding with a part, like you don't have anything. Like tricks are like you may as well just put all your whole part on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you need a good song, so you need to really think about it.
Do you usually think about it a lot in advance? Like, do you like when
you're
working
like
on
right
a project?
now, like I haven't even really filmed that much for a new part, and I'm already kind of thinking about songs.
Oh, you are
like
okay.
This part, like the last part, like picking that song, like that was similar. I was trying to skate to Seal, like Kiss.
Oh yes.
I was trying to skate
Kiss
to
from a Rose
that.
to the Grave or
Kiss
something.
from a Rose. I was trying to skate to that, but we couldn't get the music rights.
That would have been
lucky.
Sick, yeah.
It's lucky. It's lucky. Lucky that fell through. Like everything worked out because Violet made an edit that would have come out 3 days before with Alex Olsen edit.
So
it would have got the music rights, would have paid a bunch of money, and then it just wouldn't have had the same effect. So it all worked out for a reason. Because I love that part. That Strobeck did a good job of that part, and like I think it worked out for the best. And I think that song that I picked is perfect for like. It's perfect for like the out there and the lead up with the kickflip back 50. I think it worked perfectly. I think Tao did like an amazing job doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this one's an audio one.
Yes, Gabbers. So you got a super thought out approach to what spots you skate and what tricks you try. And you're probably thinking about how all of that looks together in a video part. And maybe that pushes you more to not give up on everything like you do. But I want to know if there's a trick that means a lot to you that came super quickly, because it's got to be a good feeling when you work so hard.
Dan Fisher?
That was Dougie George.
Oh, Dougie George. Dougie George. Yeah, I love Dougie George. He's the best. Love Dan Fisher too. I thought it was Dan Fisher. That's me
similar voices.
Being ignorant for the old English cunts. Yeah, no, he is right. I definitely do try to put a lot of thought. Well, I feel like I'm not really a trick skateboarder, if that makes any sense. I'm more of a spot skateboarder. If you notice, I do a lot of the same tricks. I don't really have the biggest bag of tricks. And I can get away with doing, on video parts, I can get away with like not having multiple tricks because I'm skating like interesting spots. So I think spots are fucking everything, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I think that probably drives me more to really want to do the trick because it's the spot that's talking to me. It's not the trick. You know what I mean?
So the spot comes first, kind of. Okay.
The spot comes first. Like if it's not like a cool looking spot that I know is going to look good in a video part, I'm probably not going to be as attached to it. But if it's something that I know that I need, I'm probably going to go back like a lot. You know what I mean? Until I can't.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the spot. And I think that's why I get very emotionally and physically connected to these tricks because there's not going to be another one. Like, you know, a lot of other skateboarders have this outlook of like, oh, I'll just do another fucking such and such on the other spot. I'm more thinking like there is no other spot for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more the spot.
This is where I need to do.
This is
something.
It. If I go do another spot, it means I'm settling and I'm downgrading what I've like already put a lot of effort into.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of how my brain works with that.
And so he was asking like if there was one trick that came very quickly. Is there something that comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, there is tricks that I've done like first try and like quickly, but it's always like what I'm saying though. It's like there's always so much more to it. Like I've probably got to uncap the spot. I've probably got to go there and think about it. I've got to like practice the trick. Like it's never easy. You know what I mean?
There's a whole preparation before.
And I feel like because I like to pick spots that I want to skate. There's always something wrong with it. It's always like a bust. It's always far away. It's always all this bullshit that I've got to fucking deal with. So yeah, I mean, there is tricks that have been easy. Like for instance, like what I was saying before, like the back 50 then no slide. Like that came relatively easy. That was probably like 5 tries or 4 tries, but I had to uncap a fucking courthouse.
Yeah,
broad daylight. So was it easy? I don't know. Did it come easily? I mean, I guess the skateboarding did, but I mean, I had to fucking risk my freedom to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or like, I nose grinded walnut first try, but I fucking went there like 6 times rolling up to it for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. There was a whole process.
Like I think everything has a process, So yeah, I mean, yeah, things have come easy, but have they come easy? I don't know.
All right. I have a last question from Anthony Mapstone.
Oh, the fucking
Australian legend. Yeah.
Oh,
he said, who is coming up from the next generation as the next incarnation of Gabbers? Anyone in your sights that is skating the crazy gnarly stuff like you that shows a lot of potential?
Yeah, there's a few. There's this kid from Sydney called Ben Hennessy.
Okay.
He's pretty gnarly. He's like, he's doing it. He kind of reminds me of like a younger Squish, like Jack O'Grady.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's few and far between people right now that really want to do that sort of skating. So I would say him probably the most. I mean, there's so many people coming up, but like,
But who
there's so many people coming up
like that,
there's
not
like,
that many.
I would say like someone, it's not that many. It's not really the most. It's not really the most sought after career path, I feel like, for people, which is fair enough.
Because it's hard as shit, that's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. You gotta really enjoy it. You gotta really want to do it.
All right. Yeah, we can wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Yeah, no, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's it for my conversation with Gabriel. Go watch and rewatch all of his amazing video parts from the last 15 plus years, and make sure to follow him on Instagram at Gabriel Summers to keep an eye on his upcoming projects. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon for a new episode of Beyond Boards.